The podcast you are about to hear contains graphic language and adult content.
Sorry, moms.
Okay, no pressure, but it's it's the beginning of season 2, so let's go big.
We're starting season 2 on 2/22/22 Tuesday.
Whoa! Well, it will be released on, if you're listening to this, obviously, hi audience, you're listening to this on a Friday. But we're recording this, you should know.
It's a Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
It's the most two of Tuesdays of all time.
And even more so, because not only is it Tuesday, not only is it the second month of the second...
Yeah. It's the second month of the year, which is why it's 2.
I couldn't find a way to backtrack at it. I was like, how can I make this sentence correct?
A classic self-corner.
Second day, second month.
Yeah.
2022.
Yeah.
All that, also, this is the beginning of season 2 of Crisis.
Crisis.
And again, I regret our decision to have 100 episode seasons.
No. I think like a fine wine.
Yeah.
We need to have several seasons. Will it take us 3 years to get through each season? Yes.
Yes. A lot of growth happens in each season of this particular show.
Yeah. And, it's like we're the amount of time of seasons that you wish like something like Euphoria had. You know, like
yes.
Euphoria is about to have its last episode of the season, and I feel like nothing's happened.
Oof.
And we don't have to get into it. I'm just going to say that much and then move on.
Sure.
But unlike that show, a lot has happened because this has been over 3 years. We've gone both in and are coming out of a crazy pandemic times. Mm-hmm. Coming out of is a loose term.
We are coasting on?
We are coasting on top of. We are just lying there.
We are.
As it washes over us like the sea.
We are... still alive.
We are here today to remind you. Okay, I will say, usually I'm not one for like cutesy conventions, but I do think it's very cute that there are like people getting married today.
Is that why? Just
because it's 2/2/22.
special.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say, I think that's like a cutesy like wedding convention. I think is cute.
I think it's especially helpful. I have to assume anyone who gets married on a day like this, that special is just maybe a little forgetful. And that's okay. That's okay. It's an easy way to remember dates. So you're never going to forget this anniversary.
Nope.
If you got something you've been like thinking is about time to start. About time to start. That's my Porky Pig thing kicking
It's really good, yeah.
Thank you.
Your thing. Yeah, he's got a thing.
It's his thing. It's just my Porky Pig vibes.
Yeah.
Listen, my point is today's special.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if you're listening to this, then it's 3 days ago.
It's 3 days ago.
So too late.
I guess we shouldn't make the whole conversation we're having about a day that was 3 days ago.
Honestly, what else is there? We already covered Euphoria. Here's
true.
something. Rudy Giuliani was on The Masked Singer.
Oh.
And
so many people's 2022 bingo cards just got another slot filled up.
What is this? This is a thing that happens.
Tell
Him
me
being
about
on The Masked Singer.
Yeah.
Sean Spicer being on So You Think You Can Dance.
Yeah. George W. Bush, people thinking that it's so cute that he's like a little painter.
Yeah.
Let me tell
Hitler
you.
painted too.
Yeah, here's what's happening. We'll forgive a white man anything. That's what's happening.
I didn't want to jump to Hitler so fast.
But you got there.
The fact that if he were alive today, and if he were just focusing on his painting, someone would be posting on Twitter about how, like,
he's a human too.
wow, how cute.
Yeah. No, we will forgive a white man anything.
Yes.
I think is what the lesson to be learned from that is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well.
Sorry, did you have more to say about Rudy Giuliani?
No, not I really didn't. It's just a thing that happened that felt like we should talk about it.
Yeah.
But that's all. Just that it happened in general. Just that it happened.
Just that it happened is something we can talk about. New York Times about Wordle.
That did also. Okay, so it took me a while to get on the Wordle train.
Sure.
But I see the appeal. I do think it's just there's not enough. There's not enough going on.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
It's a word game. What else do you need going on?
More words.
You need... I'm sorry.
Give me the next word. As soon as I beat the puzzle, give me the next puzzle.
No, that's how they get you.
Okay, that's fine. But at some point, we are going to have to start paying for it. Then will you be playing
I will not.
Wordle?
No, absolutely not.
See?
I will be moving to the free version, Loodle, which is dirty words.
Oh.
From which I learned the word frauding.
Okay.
Which we won't.
It?
Nope. We're not going to go into it, but just like Google it in your free time if you feel like it. But yeah, so Loodle will, I am assuming, not be bought by the New York Times, although the New York Times may pursue legal action against them eventually.
Ooh, that's true. Maybe the New York Times should have like an adult version of the New York Times. Like that's already pretty adult but like it should be like...
I've seen so many babies reading the New York Times.
Oh, that's weird because it's definitely adult. It's definitely for adults. But if there was a version that was like an After Dark edition of the New York Times... You know?
New York Tits.
Oh. Nude York Times.
Oh, yours was so much better than mine. It's embarrassing.
They're both good. Nude York Ticks. Well, that was unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. That's the Naked and Afraid version.
Ooh.
Nude York Ticks.
Any good reality happening for you recently?
You know... Are you talking about life or television?
I was talking about TV, but I realized that was unclear. Any good reality? Any good aspects to reality?
This is the bad place. You know, honestly, I haven't been watching a whole lot of television.
Okay.
I've been doing a lot of like laying in bed and staring. Okay. So to be honest, yeah, I haven't. I have started watching Succession though.
Right.
Which I was not expecting to be as comedic as it is.
It's funny.
I would classify it as a dramedy.
It is more of a comedy than like a This Is Us is, which competes in like the comedy category all the time.
I feel like it's more of a comedy than like, I feel like it was very marketed to me as like a Sopranos style show.
Oh no, who told you that?
But I don't know. My brain did.
Oops. Yeah.
I was like, a group of white people with power? It's the mafia.
Yeah.
And so I guess I assumed that, but it's extremely they use crash zooms a lot. Like documentary style crash zooms.
It is a little bit.
A lot.
It could be The Office episode that you could just slip in there and you wouldn't notice really.
You wouldn't.
You'd be like, where's Michael Scott in this episode? But that's about it.
You would be like, why is nobody looking directly at the camera?
Yeah, where are the talking heads? What's going on? This is a weird episode of The Office.
I've also been watching Abbott Elementary. I just started.
Oh, yeah. I've heard good things.
It's really fun.
It looks fun.
It's very cute.
And you know what? I feel like every time there's a black person in a sitcom, everyone should watch it. That's just a rule now. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't like the rule, but I don't make the rule.
Well, it is Black History Month.
It is Black History Month.
So you are legally obligated at least this month.
And thank you. I want to thank Sarah for just allowing me the next 40 minutes to really take a deep dive into some of history's least talked about black members of Blue Man Group.
No!
Starting, of course, with George Rockefeller. And I know that's a wild name for him to have, but it's real. That's his name.
But it's true. It's real. No relation to the other Rockefellers.
Do you think there's been a black member of Blue Man Group?
You know, I was about to ask you that because I feel as though you are the one who would know.
I would say...
Because you love the Blue Man Group.
Here's the thing. Yes. If I haven't said it before, I do love Blue Man Group.
He loves the Blue Man Group.
I did a little presentation on Blue Man Group in class one time.
Just for fun. He begged to do it.
I begged to do it. I don't know why. I was going to say, in the middle of the thought, I was like, it was for English class. And I was like, why did that happen in English class? They don't even speak. What? Right. Like, what did I do that for? In English class. That teacher didn't like me. I can see why. But, also racism. But... I do love a Blue Man Group reference. I love the history. I used to listen to a Blue Man Group podcast. That was the first podcast I listened to.
Was it just silence and drum beats because they can't speak?
Yeah, it was a lot of just creaks and table noises.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, sometimes you'd hear a marshmallow land with a thud.
That's incredible. That sounds like something the Blue Man Group podcast should have covered during Black History Month.
Yeah, no, here's honestly, it wasn't even an official Blue Man Group podcast.
Oh my God.
This is a podcast by some fans. Ooh. But that was when podcasting was a wild frontier. You literally had to go to a website and download the episode.
I love that.
To your iPod.
You were straight up risking a virus to learn more about the Blue Man Group.
Yes. Yeah.
As you would, as a real fan.
I learned so much. But to my knowledge, I don't mean to call them out. I just, in my experience.
Call them out.
I haven't seen that a performer has been a black man.
That's true.
But I don't know.
We also don't know. They're covered in very thick blue paint.
It's just the ones that tend to do the public-facing things, I think, usually are the three white guys who originated it. And maybe there's been some, I don't know, leaders in other theaters who are now that theater's like original 3 or whatever. I don't know. But if there has been a Black Blue Man, please come on the show. We'd love to have you. I'd love to talk to you. I don't know about Sarah, but I'd love to talk to you.
I would just give it to you. I'd call
You'd
out
give
for
me the hour.
day.
Cool. You just do an interview that day.
Yeah.
What's it like? What's it like being a black man
Who's a blue man?
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, I kind of stole your...
No, it's fine. I can edit you out. Because we're recording on 2 mics now.
Wow.
In honor of Tuesday. And then no more. We're just going to go back to 1 mic.
We're going to go back to 1 mic.
No, just kidding.
Season 2, we're stepping up.
Season 3?
We would say double the mics we had previously.
Double the mics.
Every season, we're going to double the mics. That's a promise we're making to you.
That is a promise. What other promises can we make about this 100-episode Season 2 of Craigslistential Crisis?
It will be sexier than ever.
I agree. I think it's already
We're both in
sexy.
lingerie right now.
I am in a full 2-piece lingerie set.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sexy.
It's connected by a little belt. Or what,
It's like a vertical belt.
Like a vertical belt. What do you call
You've
those?
all seen those.
One of them up and down belts. Yeah, we've all seen them.
It's a vertical belt, yeah.
Yeah.
We love those.
But listen, I think it's going to be sexier. I think it's going to be double the fun with double the mics. That's just math.
That's math.
We're going to have...
The fun is stored in the mics.
The fun comes with the mics.
And feel free, anyone named Mike, to steal that for your Tinder bio.
For your
bio.
Tindo bio.
Tindo bio.
Listen, I don't want to delay gratification anymore. There is something else new about the show, which is that we have a new theme song.
And as of recording, I haven't even heard it.
Yeah.
So.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, can you play it?
Okay. You know what the best thing about the theme song is to me is you can still cue it the same way as you did before. So, hit it, Rosie. In the grocery line, and I fancy myself a hell of a fella, but at the time I was nervous. Don't want to look like a pervert, but damn, it's hard to discern it. Were you flirting or were you just being kind? Is this a sign? Did the planets align? Cause the pleasantries we exchanged were nothing short of divine. Societal paradigms say it's all in my mind, but I think I sense a connection, so I'm hopping online to the .org, incorporated in 99. That's been in dire need of redesign since New Roman time. To the cutie who told the clerk that they were all out of time. From the wise guy behind her who said you can have mine. That's my opening line. I hope you'll pardon the pun. I'm not that kind of a guy. I'm not one to solicit strangers, but I'm strangely inclined. So if the feeling is reciprocated, send a reply.
They call it shooting your shot cause you might miss. And now I'm praying to God that you see this. You got me acting like I'm religious. I'm in a existential crisis. They call it shooting your shot cause you might miss. And now I'm praying to God that you see this. You got me acting like I'm religious. I'm in a existential crisis.
Taking the misconnection section into new directions. It's second chances to full romances from passing glances. Yeah. Craigslist. Podcast for listener, last call to get the Craigslistential Crisis exclusive STEM player on our website for $200 on sale till midnight. It's time for another Craigslistential Crisis, the show where we take the misconnection section into new directions. I'm Talon Bigelow.
And I'm Sarah Thompson.
Welcome to the show.
We're back, bitches.
Welcome. New theme song, new Craigslist. No, same Craigslist.
We're like a whole new bitch.
This podcast, by the way, I don't know if you can tell, mostly improvised. Another thing we like to do, we take misconnections from, as the song said, Craigslist. And we take them for you. We cherry pick the best ones and we provide them for you. Also for each other to read cold on the pod. Brr. It's chilly in here.
We don't even have to fart around anymore because I have one for you.
Just give it to me.
I'll just give it to you. I will say, we talked a little bit about this before pod, but it was a rich week this week.
Yeah.
There were a lot. I think the Portland Misconnections community is really popping off.
It's coming out of its, seasonal affective disorder. And the sun came out briefly.
And everyone was bricked up.
The sun warmed us all in more ways than one.
Yeah.
Here we go with a hot misconnection fresh off the press. Fred Meyer, woman. Yesterday at Fred Meyer, you were with another woman, walking out near the flowers. You definitely saw me staring, and I think you kind of smiled, because you know exactly what I was looking at. You had the lowest cut top I think I've ever seen, with some of the largest breasts I've ever seen. I don't fully understand how they were even staying in there, to be honest. I was just waiting to one to flop out. If you see this and want to say something, that would be awesome.
You were officially not allowed to ever say breasts. Like that.
Sorry. It's just... It was that sentence in particular already made me think we were already at our most exasperated.
You did.
And then it continues.
It continues.
So I was already at an
breasts.
I'm going to have to check the playback.
Like, poured out of you. It was incredible.
It's because I was thinking about chicken. Honestly.
It flopped out of your shirt.
Yeah, like one of these breasts should have.
It flopped out of the shirt that is your mouth.
So, what do we have to say about this guy?
Wild. Yeah. I don't know that I've ever wished public nudity upon anyone else. And that feels, maybe there are some people out there, but I've never, been like, hot dog, I would sure like to look at a titty right now. Or
specifically that woman who's grocery shopping.
Yeah. Or like, oh boy, I wish somebody's penis would suddenly appear in front of me. Like I don't know that I've ever lusted after a stranger's piece of anatomy to just appear in front of me. But
no, I would say the same. I think but how do I put this sentence together? I feel like outside of the context of sex, sometimes body parts just weird. Also, just some sex itself can be a real weird thing.
Yeah, I was going to say even in context.
If you're not in the mood for it, but then this guy was in the mood for it. So this isn't really an argument against him at all.
The impenetrable trap of the gaze.
He is. He's raising his hand. He's like, I am in the mood for it.
I am.
So it's fine.
Flop that breast out.
But yeah, I agree with you that I just think I wouldn't want that to happen unless you're in the middle of sex already. Like for me, like that's what in the mood.
Hot dog. Wish a breast would just flop out. I am in the mood.
I am en flagrante, and I wish I could see another titty.
Well, it's better than one titty. 2 titties.
I'm only seeing one titty to begin with. This is interesting.
I don't know. It's a shirt half on situation. Are you going to say the shirt's half on or the shirt's half off? Are you,
Right. It's
how are you viewing the situation?
It's all a matter of perspective.
All about you. Yeah.
I hear you.
I do like that they specifically, there is something to be said for this writer knowing, I do appreciate that they said flop out as opposed to, pop out or spring out. It does seem like they do know how a breast acts.
Can I ask?
Because I think that, having read like bad romance literature, I think a person who doesn't know how a breast acts in the world would be like, the breast nippled out, or it was like springy.
It swam out of the bosom.
Exactly. But this one was like, not titties flop.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
I was gonna ask, like, does every titty flop? Does it need to be a certain firmness? Do different titties?
I think they all flop, but to different degrees, if that makes sense. Because I think there are perky titties out there, obviously.
But they would still flop.
But they would still flop just to a smaller degree than a floppier titty.
If wearing a supportive garment, it were to suddenly be freed from that support.
It would flop to some degree, possibly.
Yes.
But also there are people with very small breasts, and maybe they would argue, I'm a big yiddy bitch, so I only have my experience to go off of here. So mine flop, but I don't know about other yiddies, if you will. Is this too much already? My parents listen to this.
They've been warned.
They've been warned.
No, it's not too much. I haven't heard yiddy before. I just it's new
Did
to
you
me.
like that?
I liked it.
Yiddy's a good one. I think
got me.
Yiddy has all the fun of titty.
Yeah.
But with a little more yay.
You heard it here, folks. Try that one at home.
Yiddies. Let me see them yiddies.
I also, the fact that this ends with, if you want to say something, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Yeah, real cash way of ending out an extremely horned up missed connection.
It doesn't even, frankly, to them, it doesn't even matter if you want to say something. If you want to, that would be awesome. But, like, it's also fine if you don't. They just want you to know.
That they saw the bazungas.
Yes, they were waiting with bated breasts.
Baited breastises.
Yes.
Well, these breasts were baited,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. Baited.
Maybe a bait and switch.
AI, yeah, I spelled that right.
Yeah.
Baited.
Yeah.
Yeah, yiddies. Anyways, yeah, interesting reaction.
Interesting reaction.
Interesting reaction.
Here, maybe we're on theme tonight, but not in the way that you all think. I'm sorry.
Not in the way that you all think. Safeway on Sunday. Multicolored hair beauty. Snafu checking out on Sunday, 2:20. You were the multicolored hair beauty in the self-checkout line at the Safeway in LO, Lake Oswego. I was the guy waiting behind you and the older gentleman who was using the machine next to you. He forgot his change and I ran after him to return it. You were sweet and offered to hold your machine so I wouldn't lose my place in line. I declined, but I told you I dug your style. I was hoping to catch up with you and talk more, but alas, you were right. The line kept moving and I went to the back of it. By the time I got out of the store, you were gone. If you see this and you're single, I'd love to talk more. You are right. A theme, but not in the way I was expecting it. Every sentence I was waiting for a breast to flop out.
I'm sorry. Yeah, see, I realized when I said it.
With bated breast.
Ay.
And it never happened.
Well, one day it'll happen to all of us. If you get lucky, every one of us
will get a titty flapped at him once. I've had a titty flapped at me on accident. Yeah.
Okay.
You go to a beach with a friend. You get knocked over by a wave. A yiddy comes flying out. Because you're fighting for your lives.
Right,
you're not worried about titties at that moment.
The waves are much stronger than
the
a bra,
string.
a bikini.
The string of a swimsuit.
Yeah, the cloth of a fiber holding it all in versus the ocean. It's no contest.
It's no context. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
We just need to get our dose of yiddy before we move on.
Yeah. We got to hitty that yiddy before we move on. Okay, we're done.
Hitty that yiddy before you quitty.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So, this one is very sweet.
It's very,
it's cute.
Classic misconnection. It even takes place in a grocery store, which apparently, if this is your first episode, you'd think probably every misconnection takes place in a grocery store.
You would probably think that, and they don't always.
Here's a lot of them do.
Trick. A lot of them do. Grocery stores are just very... Everyone's looking for something at a grocery store. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what you're looking for...
Eggs.
You might not even... Oh, yes. To fertilize. Yeah.
Hey.
Sorry, everybody. It's been a minute.
Well, I'm not sorry. I intended for that to happen the way it did. So...
Yeah, but grocery stores, they don't always happen there. Mm-hmm. I will say I do relate to this in the fact that where I am right now as a person is if anyone shows any modicum of kindness to me, I am willing to latch onto it and think about it for the next year.
Yes. That's, I think, fair.
If a stranger was kind to me right now, I would latch onto them. I would be like, this is it. This person is kind to me and I love them.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I've been watching the new season of Love is Blind. Which is,
Hate it.
Hate it or...
No, I had to stop watching. I hated it so much.
Okay, that's fair. It's definitely like a show that I hate the first part of. And then it keeps going. And then it's like, oh, no, this is smart. It does what I wish The Bachelor would do, which is like follow the happy couple home after the honeymoon.
Yes.
And then keep filming.
Yeah.
And watch it devolve into something terrible that was never meant to last. Because it won't. But,
yeah, I think my thing with Love is Blind this season is that the bad was too bad.
Sure.
You know who I'm talking about.
I think so.
Let's say his name on 3.
I don't know if I remember names.
1, 2, 3. Shane.
Shane. Oh, Shane. Well, there's a couple guys who I thought you could have named, but yeah, Shane is
the worst of them, I think.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's like a thing like I feel like you and I can see, and
But it's people so desperate to be loved that they're willing to literally ignore every red flag that is smacking them in the chops.
Yeah. Because the other alternative is not being married.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's insane.
It's insane.
But in watching that, I feel... I had a reason I brought it up, and I'm really trying to remember it. Just basically, yes. It's the same. It's desperation. It is.
It's a latching on.
Yes.
Bringing it back to breasts. It's a latching on, if you will.
Yeah.
To the nipple of love.
Thirst is loneliness.
Of the throat.
Oh, God.
Thirst is the loneliness of the throat.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's true.
Yeah. Anyway,
no, yeah. Falling in love.
Yeah.
In a grocery store.
Classic.
I think it's the classic. I think it is what everyone wants.
It's what everyone wants. It's what you signed up for when you clicked play on this podcast, right? So we gave you that. We're going to move on. We gave you breasts. We gave you that.
We gave you love in a grocery store.
What more do you want from us? We're doing what we like now.
Yeah. It's our turn. It's our turn now.
That was for you. This one's for us. This one's for us. Here we go. Bready or not. You work at the bread counter at the fancy market where I come not breakfast stuff on my mornings off. We have exchanged names, but I was stoned and nervous because you always compliment my hoodie. And all I can compliment is your cute ghost tattoo because I'm stoned and nervous. You seem really cool and sweet, so I hope we continue to cross paths.
Talon, I gotta call you out here.
Yeah.
This is the second time that you've said come in a sentence and then waited inexplicably long to continue the sentence.
I can explain myself. In this one, I stopped because the next word didn't make sense. So the sentence is weird. It says, at the fancy market where I come not breakfast stuff on my mornings off. So I paused because I didn't know what I was reading. On there? And the other one, I don't remember. But I had come on the brain. But
must be come on the brain. Yeah. Famous Rihanna song.
Yeah. We should have like a ticker just counting the number of times we say come.
Yeah,
per episode?
In our personal lives, I feel like we say come less on the podcast than we do in our personal lives, which is
we should say
unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. If we're coming to the podcast and wondering what we're talking about, we said come a lot. Not in the podcast so much.
Necessarily.
Just so you know
just
us.
In life.
It just happens. It just is a word that...
And especially Talon. Because he likes to say it in the middle of sentences and then pause for an incredibly long amount of time before finishing the sentence.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, sorry. I'll stop focusing on your verbal tics and we'll instead focus on the bready at hand.
Yeah. So, anyway.
An incredible title, might I say.
A good title. It got me.
A really good title.
Bready or not.
Like, that title makes me root for them.
Yeah.
I'm like, you might be stoned and it might be the morning, but like, you got this, buddy. Talk to the cute person with the ghost tattoo.
Yeah.
You got a cute little bread joke up your sleeve? Go for it.
And honestly, I think funny. I think the repetition this is a well-written, little funny misconnection from someone who tried very hard to put this together. They came up with a witty title.
Yeah.
And I think they deserve a chat. They deserve a chat over coffee.
Yeah. And also, this is another thing. You know, if you're kind to me in public, I'll fall in love with you.
Sure.
If you provide me with breakfast breads, I'll fall in love with you.
Ooh.
I'm a bagel bitch. I love a bagel.
Bagels can be good.
And I'll tell you, I used to stop at the little Anteater convenience store on my college campus twice a week and use my little Zot bucks to buy myself a little bagel and an iced coffee.
Yeah.
And damned if I didn't fall in love with the little cashier who sold me my bagel every morning. Were they my... No. They weren't my type. Did they give me a bagel? Yeah. That's all it takes.
After enough bagel, if the same person were to give anybody, I think, a bagel consistently, I think it would be a love connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know there's a whole joke in there somewhere, and I'm just gonna let it sit out there.
I don't even know if
not
that was.
be spoken.
Honestly, if it was donuts, that's one thing. But bagel holes, that's not a thing.
Like they gave me a hole every morning. It's time for me to give them my hole. You know, that was the
It would have been a stretch. And I'm glad you didn't stoop that low.
And then to that I could say, well, my hole can stretch.
See, that would have been bad if you had said that, but I'm really glad
that would have
you
been
showed
really
restraint.
embarrassing if I'd said that
That
on
would
the
have been-
podcast.
yeah, it would have
that's
been-
a bad joke.
That would have honestly hurt
That
the
honestly,
podcast.
I would quit comedy if I said that out loud.
If you
on a
had said
podcast.
that, I would have fired you from comedy. And I think I
Yeah.
have that jurisdiction.
The president of comedy would have come to my house and beat the shit out of me.
I would have had to write him a letter, and I'm sure he's a very busy man or woman, but I think, I
Yeah,
think
why
I could
did
get
you?
done.
I like that you caught yourself there.
I did catch
It was
myself.
a close one.
I did catch myself. I don't know why we made up this job, and I immediately put a man in a position. I need to check
He
myself.
is holding himself accountable.
I much would prefer a woman be president of comedy anyway.
Agreed.
And it would probably be Lucille Ball
Oh,
if
yeah.
you had to vote.
I mean, the one downside of that is that she's dead.
What?
Isn't she dead?
What? No, yeah.
Okay.
I'm joking, and I don't want to make you feel bad.
For a minute, I panicked.
No. Yeah,
I was like, she's definitely dead.
I think,
Yeah.
but at least we have Nicole Kidman.
That's true.
But just as good. Honestly, okay. We're not a movie podcast,
We're not a movie podcast.
but Elena and I did watch that movie.
Yeah, was it good? No, it wasn't.
I like Aaron Sorkin. I don't think he should direct his own stuff. Also, the main actors cast as these two very recognizable people
Yes.
don't really look or sound anything like the people they're playing. And sometimes you can get away with that if it's like a good characterization of the person.
Sure.
If it's an essence of the person.
Sure.
I don't even think it was that. It feels like they both knew that they weren't properly casted, and it shows.
Yeah, I would hate to be in a biopic.
Yeah, it would not be fun. It would be really stressful and hard work all the time.
Also, I always panic before I say biopic because I want to say biopic.
Yeah. I think technically it'd be right, but I'd hate you. So,
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
have another misconnection for you?
I'm fresh out. No, I do.
I just wanted to get us to the point of talking about the new Lucille Ball movie,
Yeah.
and then cut the podcast off. So I didn't plan for beyond this. That was all Talon's running internal monologue.
It was. You nailed it. Nailed it.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
I took a big space. At least it wasn't the word
Breasts. Anyway,
come. When we have two mics, we can't both be doing our own podcast. We should be.
that is kind of what it feels like. I think that is what the problem is today. I'm interrupting you a lot, and I think that's why.
No, it's fine. I think we have the power to feel in charge.
Really grab life by the mic.
Yeah.
All right. It's true. I want you, and I shouldn't. If you do something about it. Now, I don't like that take. I'm going to come right out and say it. I'm going to come right out and say it.
Wait, you just. Okay.
I don't like that take.
I don't like it.
I don't like that take.
I think I agree, but you tell me why you don't like it.
Well, it's just a lot of projection. I think that it's just a real asinine thing to say that I want you, and if you want me to, do something about it. It's like, no, why don't you do something?
Oh, yeah.
And I guess one could argue they are doing something by posting on the misconnection section.
Is that doing something?
But I don't think it is.
Let's talk about that, because this is our whole podcast. Is it doing anything?
No.
It's kind of like
I'm going to say right now, it is almost equivalent to doing nothing.
posting on a misconnection section. It's where you go when you have nowhere else to turn.
That, Talon, I think you've just broken it down to its bare essentials in a way I've never been able to.
Yes.
You are goddamn right.
Yes.
That is it. Misconnections should be for people who have no other option, which is why I don't like it when people post about people they're still in contact with.
They clearly have another way to get in touch with
They clearly
them.
have another way to get in touch with.
Yeah.
The exception being like bagel people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That, it's fine. That's fine.
Okay,
But somebody
well-
that you have an open line of communication with,
Yes.
yeah,
I agree with that part.
no other option.
So, let me tell you why I don't like it.
Please.
Because this was short, and I was originally like, we could put this one at the end.
Yeah.
It'd be funny.
Sure.
I feel it's irresponsible. I feel like this is so plain, and you can't really tell who's writing or who it's writing about. Is this not setting us up for chaos? Is this not just
Damn.
giving people who feel like they have a crush on somebody but have not acted on it?
Oh,
They're going to read this and think, oh my God, it's about me, and I must act. And
This is exactly how psychics work.
this is exactly how psychics work.
Hear me out.
Okay.
They say things that are vague enough to apply to everybody.
Oh, sure.
This is also how astrology works. Sorry, astrology lovers.
You're right.
I think they're good. I think astrology is a good time. I think psychics are a good time. However, I do think that the majority of them operate on the assumption that they're just saying things that are vague enough that everyone can be like, oh, I do that.
Yeah.
Which,
there is a Venn diagram of psychics and people who believe in psychics. And like, maybe it's not a Venn diagram.
yeah, because then the people who believe in psychics would be psychics.
Let me choose the right chart. Here's what this is.
Is it a pie graph?
No.
Like, what do you...
Here's what I want it to be.
What's
I want
your
a circle
infographic?
for psychics, right? And a circle for people who believe in psychics.
Okay.
Okay. The majority of both of those circles. I guess it's a pie chart where if you took those two circles, they're both pie charts.
Oh, they're two... Okay.
It's two
There's
separate pie charts,
separate
right?
pie charts.
So in the pie chart of psychics, like over 75% of that pie would be psychics who really don't possess any gifts, but are pretty good at conning people into thinking that they do.
Yes.
75%, not all.
Okay.
Maybe more than 75%, but I'm going to say 75%. And then in the other pie chart of people who generally believe in astrology or psychics.
Astrology.
Astrology.
Sorry.
That's the studying of Oscar Isaac's birth chart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
got
astrology. There's probably going to be 75% of that pie chart that's people who are using horoscopes or astrology or these things to really tell them how to live their lives.
Yeah.
So we have two pie charts, right?
Yeah, I'm following.
So I don't know what this is.
Harder than
what I'm
any
trying
class
to
I took
say
in college. Yeah.
is the bigger parts of each pie chart. That middle, that 150%
So
of
it's
a pie.
two pie charts that become a Venn diagram.
It's two pie charts that become a Venn diagram. And if you take the two pie charts, that's actually what it is.
Oh my
It really is, because you take the two, if you tilt the 75% part
Yes.
towards the center,
Yes.
that's going to be the part that overlaps. And in
Yes.
that middle, that's where the money is made.
Yeah.
That's
Celestial
the psychics.
alignment.
That's the con artist
Yeah.
picking out the people who just need to be told what to do according to the stars. There you go.
There you go. That
Took how long?
That's Talon's view in the world.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, essentially, is break it down to its bare bones. What a crock of horse shit.
I feel like this might be the misconnection we've come the hardest.
Hold on. Yeah, you're doing it.
The hardest down on. Like,
Yes.
I feel like we've had some ones that we've gotten real mad about, and
Yeah.
rightfully so. But this one maybe
Yes.
doesn't deserve it as much. But we are really.
I mean, think
hitting
about
this
it.
one hard. No,
if
I
this
get
one
it.
gets seen by the wrong people, what if you get someone coming to your workplace and suddenly bring you flowers because they read a misconnection that they thought was you, and you're like,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but like, boy, if you don't like them, is that going to be awkward? You know, this is going to lead to a lot of awkward mishaps at work.
Of Shakespearean proportions.
This is going to be,
This is a Shakespearean plot point.
This is a Shakespearean plot. This is a Shakespearean plot point. This is like Much Ado About Nothing, only instead of nothing, it's a misconnection. And all of the people reading it are Beatrice and Benedict's, and there you go. The hilarity ensues.
That was a great literary reading of this.
Thank you.
MC.
Thank you. It's what I'm here for. I am the literature one of the two of us.
Yes.
People would say probably.
Agreed.
Okay. Here we go. New one. Sad Boy at the Standard. You at the Standard, Wednesday night, 2:16. You interrupted our jukebox playlist with a sad song from Toy Story 2. You were alone for a while, but then your friend came to join you. Sorry, quick edit. Friends. They have more than one. Friends. Okay. Me, sitting across the room with my Tinder date. The date went well, but I admit, I kept looking over at you. I ran into you at the bar and asked why you were so sad. You said you had been thinking about the Blazers, trading CJ. Damn, dude. I feel that. Maybe let's drink and cry about it together sometime. Wow, this is great.
What is the sad song? I think the main reason. What song is it for Toy Story 2 that's a sad song?
It's When Somebody Loved Me.
Oh my God.
Everything was beautiful.
No, that song is so sad.
Every hour spent together. I don't know why I'm performing it by Dave Matthews, but it is Sarah McLachlan.
You don't have a choice.
Right? It's Sarah McLachlan?
I feel like that's true. That song is, wow, I was not expecting. That song is devastating. Like, that song's almost one of those songs that's like inappropriately sad because it's like almost too intimate to listen to.
fuck you up.
Yeah.
I really don't watch old Pixar movies anymore.
Toy Story 2 isn't that old, is it?
I mean, Toy Story 1 was the first computer animated movie. So...
All right, I guess. Yeah, fair play.
It's old enough. But, I mean, my point is, like, I haven't watched or rewatched one of the classic Pixar's, like a Toy Story era Pixar. Sure. Because most of them have that point that is just too sad for me. Like, I can do it once or a couple times when I'm a child, but as an adult, I'm, like, spent. And when that like for Toy Story 2, that is that moment. Is that whole song montage.
Where Jesse gets abandoned.
Where you are just being forced to reckon with the idea that you, as a former toy owner in your life, probably made a toy this sad.
Yeah, which is not good for kids with complexes who already have complexes about objects. Yeah. I used to be very emotionally attached to objects, and I've worked through a lot of that issue. Yeah. But as a child, I really did have like emotional connection to objects because I thought they felt something. You know what I'm saying here? You're like, I do not understand that.
No, it
sounds like a Sarah problem.
on its smallest form, it's empathy, and for things that maybe don't have like a life, but I don't know. It's not a bad trait. I feel like it's worse to be on the other end of that pie chart Venn diagram and not have any empathy for things where you should. So
I wasn't out in the backyard burning ants with magnifying glasses or anything.
Okay, ants don't count, so it's fine.
They don't count as God's creatures.
Well, listen, if Bug's Life had a song sung by Sarah McLachlan when Flick gets burnt to shit by a magnifying glass, I would reconsider what I do with my free time.
All right, fair enough. I also love that you immediately knew that what the sad song from Toy Story 2 was.
I know.
And that's why I brought this to you, because I was like, when I read this, I was like, I don't know what this is.
I could tell you the saddest point of any Pixar movie. Name one.
Bug's Life.
The saddest part of A Bug's Life is when, you know what it is? I think it's the revolt. Here's the thing.
Oh!
Kevin Spacey's in the movie. He's the bad guy.
He said it, and then he couldn't do it.
No, I can. I just am uncomfortable talking about Kevin Spacey.
Oh, my. Excuses.
I think that's a fair.
All right, the saddest part of Up.
The first 5 minutes. Is that for real? Give me a hard one. A Bug's Life? Okay, so it's definitely... There's some sad... A Bug's Life probably has the most levity of any Pixar movie. To be honest, I'm honestly trying to think. But it's a movie about circus people who have to pretend they're not.
Of WALL-E.
I think the first montage part again, but it's like when he's watching Hello Dolly, right?
And he's holding his own hand?
Yeah.
Okay, no, you're right.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you're right. No, that was a softball.
Monsters Inc. The very end. Boo, seeing Boo, the Zor get shredded, and then the ending, the coda of that film. Monsters University kind of tried to be a little more... See, that's what I'm saying. Older Pixar movies really try to fuck you up. Newer ones, or like the sequels, do
not as much emotional damage.
Yeah, or the prequels. But I would say Finding Dory is the saddest. And I think
that whole movie was built on a foundation of sadness.
That whole movie makes no attempt to be fun.
No.
Okay, I won't say it makes no attempt, but... It's
very not for children.
It's not.
Just like the New York Times After Dark.
Just like the New York Times After Dark. Just like this podcast.
Just like this podcast, not for children.
New York Times, Finding Dory, Existential Crisis.
I think I would also be, just to take it back to the misconnection for just a moment here.
I guess that's fine.
That's fine. I, too, would be very tempted to talk to this person. I think that is the kind of behavior that would lure me in like a moth to a bug zapper.
Yeah.
Is I would be like, who is this man playing the sad song from Toy Story 2?
Because if I was in that bar having a good time and then that song comes on, it's over for me. The night is done.
We're calling
like, shit. Somebody knows what they're doing and is evil.
Yeah, they did it.
And for it to be basketball related is...
Bit of a letdown. Although maybe that was a cover. Maybe it was a cover. We've got to say, maybe it was a cover.
Maybe it was a cover. Some people are really into their organized sports, you know? It matters to people like, I don't know, like Shrek movies matter to some people, you know? Like,
yeah.
You know, if they said that Shrek died, if they announced that Shrek
I would be like,
died,
Shrek is an animated character. He can't die.
if DreamWorks came out and said, we regret to inform you that Shrek has
I would
passed
be like,
away.
you can't take that from me.
They show you his body.
Yeah, he's an animated character.
It is a open casket
I'm
funeral.
not delusional. I'm just a fan,
Okay,
Talon.
fine. But okay. What if Shrek had gotten traded then to like Disney?
Okay, no, that would be upsetting.
Disney's Shrek.
I think I would be angry. I would be filled with fire.
You wouldn't be Sarah McLachlan
Like, if they
sad.
introduced Shrek to the Marvel verse, I would fucking lose my mind.
Honestly,
I would burn Disney headquarters down. I would
What you're
rain
saying-
hellfire on them.
I'm just mad. I don't know if I'm mad or more just impressed, but like that could happen now.
No.
The thing that
No.
MCU has done has introduced every
not-
possibility as a possibility.
Do not speak. Do
I'm
not
just
speak
saying,
this prophesy.
There's a real chance that
not-
Shrek could be featured in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness as a
No.
member of the Illuminati alongside
No.
Jean Grey and
Cursed.
Green Thanos. He's an alternate Thanos.
Cursed.
He's just- yeah, well,
A cursed.
We'll see.
A cursed prophesy you speak of.
we'll see.
You are no Oracle of Delphi. Do not speak this cursed prophesy.
I'm not going to make any promises that it's going to happen, but I think the fact that it could happen is already evidence enough.
Okay.
Okay. There you go.
Need a golfing buddy? Do you have a practice facility? I would like to try out your driver. I have a pretty good grip. Shaft length and stiffness can be the difference in hitting a long shot. Titanium heads are very hard and send the ball. They're not talking about golfing.
What?
They're not talking about golfing.
No, I'm pretty sure.
They're not.
Long drives. And...
They're not talking about golfing. As a girl who attended golf camp,
Ooh, shit.
I don't often pull out the I went to golf camp card, but let me tell you, it is laminated and I'm pulling it out right now.
And it's just a little piece of paper you
It's
wrote
just-
on that says, I went to golf camp. Yeah.
Yep.
I
And
believe you.
nobody liked me. I just would like to say, titanium heads.
Yes. This is where it lost me.
Yeah, this is where I think they went a little too hard into the golf metaphor. They lost me.
They just wanted to use the words very hard, and we're like, how can I fit that in here?
And they were like, titanium heads, clearly.
Head. Head is a golf thing, sure. But
They also didn't make any mention of balls, which I find
what the fuck?
like a lost opportunity.
Maybe they thought that would be
Or
lazy.
holes.
There's a lot of
There's a
golf
lot-
terminology not being used here.
There's a lot of missed opportunity, and if there's one thing that makes me upset, it's a wasted opportunity.
Eagle? Spread eagle? There's something there.
There's some birdie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Birdie
Birdie
style.
Cheap.
Chip.
A chip.
That's the chip shot. That's
Short game.
the
The green.
The green is in this scenario.
Grassy mound. I think also you could
Oh.
really
Yeah.
sand trap.
Hand trap.
I want to go balls deep in your sand trap. I just feel like it writes itself.
I think they thought ball would be like lazy and that this was more clever somehow. But yeah, titanium heads really made me go to, okay, a metal tipped penis. What are we talking about now?
No,
the metaphor's gone.
Yeah, I was confused too. Maybe
Yeah.
they want somebody with a Prince Albert.
Maybe. God. Would that
That
be?
just rocketed you into another universe
I
like
just-
that.
I don't love picturing
A
anything.
Prince Albert piercing?
Piercing through anything.
The tip of a penis?
Yes, that. I don't love the concept
All
of
right.
Prince Albert.
That's fine.
If you like that, I don't judge you for it. I
Okay.
just couldn't. And maybe if that makes me like a scared little bitch boy, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I deep down am a scared little bitch boy.
No,
And
you're not.
Okay.
You're a brave little bitch boy.
I'm a surface level little bitch boy, but deep down I'm a brave little bitch boy.
You're a brave little bitch boy.
Point is, yeah, it's the metaphor got lost, and I don't like that it ended on metal penis.
No, yeah, that's a difficult one.
If you just took that last line out, it'd almost be okay.
It almost would, because Shaft. I have to say they did use Shaft, and I feel like that was easy prey that they went for, and I appreciate it.
I guess there is a possibility that they are just talking about golf, because that's really the only way the last sentence makes any sense.
I mean, Could it be that we are in the wrong here?
It could be that they just genuinely...
Well, then they need to rewrite that to be a little less erotic. Because at this moment, golf is not... I'll tell you right now, golf is not a very erotic game. And maybe because... Maybe I'm saying that because I was a chubby 11-year-old playing it. But I...
You didn't see the sexual allure of golf as an 11-year-old. The raw sexual
drive, yeah.
Yeah, drive.
Drive.
Sex drive.
Yeah. Fairway. Come on. Drive it down the fairway.
Is there... Could we brainstorm just for a bit, like how to make golf sexier? Like how to make sex up golf?
You have to hold the golf club between your ass cheeks.
That's sexy. And that's going to feel nice. That's going to feel...
It's going to feel good.
That's really going to send the ball.
What is your idea?
My idea would be like maybe make the golf drivers more like phallic looking.
Like floppy at the top?
Ooh, that could add an interesting challenge. And maybe like with enough hits, it'll remain stiff. But if you fail on one, you know, for golf terms.
Yeah, fail on one.
Then instantly floppy.
Yeah.
And then it's going to make your next couple of swings a lot harder. Until it gets hard again, and then it'll be easier.
And then it'll be easier.
Yeah.
Assless khakis.
Yes. Maybe the caddy should just be in lingerie.
Oh, I like that.
Or like a gimp costume. So there's that.
When you hit the golf ball goes.
Ooh, yeah, that's sexy. I like that. Yeah. Like audio response from the golf ball would be nice. And then maybe when you're looking for the ball, it's still like making that noise every 10 seconds so you can locate it.
Yeah.
And when you get it in the hole, it makes more noises. And the hole also makes noises. And maybe there's like a little like confetti eruption. A gushing geyser of viscous.
It could be pee, but nobody's proved it.
It could be pee. It could just be, I was thinking like a waterfall shooting out. But it would be like frothy. Frothy. So, you know. Frothy. Frothy. TH.
Yeah.
R-O-F-F-Y.
No, I'm familiar with the word.
Yeah. Frothy. Okay,
frothy.
Good. So it'd be nice and frothy. Anyway, we made golf sexy. You're welcome.
Come.
Couldn't even not do it.
I couldn't.
I'm the problem?
Yes.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in love with you, boba girl. I saw you getting boba at Fat Straw. You were with two people, one bald and one with short brown hair. You had long brown hair and dark eyeliner. I was in love with you in a second, and I followed you out with the wind, watching as you zoomed away in a silver Subaru Forester. I want to take you home to my mom and eat fingerling potatoes with not tomato sauce. You make my fingers tingle. My love. Be mine, my sexy cat, meow meow. Wow.
Coming on a little strong.
A lot of hot and heavy emotions.
Love, that feels like a lot.
I mean, we were just talking about Love is Blind. These are people walking into the situation trying to marry the first person who is okay to... Yes, desperate for a cat girl who drinks boba. Do you think she plays, like, cool, like, video games?
Are you a Twitch streamer? Are you imagining a Twitch streamer right now?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Is that not what you were going for?
I wasn't, but she could be.
She plays, like, Fortnite.
Yeah, she plays, like, Fortnite, and she gets, like Victory Royales, like, all the time.
League of Legends.
Oh, yeah. She probably watches Arcane.
Yep.
Yeah. The show based on League of Legends.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I know.
Good.
Tetris.
Yeah. She probably already has her tickets for Dune 2.
Whoa.
She's a bit of a, not a bookworm, but a movies based on books worm. But she definitely says she read the book.
She says it. And we might believe her.
We might.
She might have listened to the audiobook. She's on the go. You know, she's on the go. She doesn't have time to sit and read.
Yeah. She, like, puts on the audiobook while she's gaming. So it's like she's listening to it, but, like, is she, you know? But, like, she technically did make it all the way through the audiobook.
She did.
Yeah.
You know, Frank Herbert, the way he writes, it's very dense. You don't need to catch every word.
Right.
It's okay to catch every, like, fourth word.
Yeah. It's like, you know, eating gelato. You don't need to finish it. You just got to get, like, a couple bites.
I think that's wrong.
No. Gelato specifically made for you to eat a bite, throw a bite away. Because it's too heavy. So you eat a bite.
I think that's wrong.
Throw it on the ground. Eat a bite.
That's right.
Scoop it out and spit it out.
You need to get a small or child size, maybe, if that's what you're doing.
I mean, maybe, but I feel like no one's corrected me.
As a person who can't consume very much ice cream, let me tell you, getting kid sizes changed my life.
I gotta tell you, what is it about ice cream? Hold on, let me hold my mic here. What is it about ice cream? You can get a tub of it. You can get through the whole thing in an hour. You get an adult scoop. You can't finish it.
What are they putting in it?
What are they doing to the ice cream? That's a stand-up really character I'm trying out.
No, he's actually trying out a new bit he'd like to do as himself.
Yeah, it's for the podcast. Every episode, I'm gonna come up with a hot, weird take called "What about?"
What about?
What about?
And it'll always start. What about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'll hear the bass. You'll hear
the bass go.
And then you'll hear a little.
Oh. Yeah.
That's how you know the bit's over.
Do you have another one for me?
I do have another one for you.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Yeah. What?
This is the one. I'm not gonna, whatever.
Okay.
I'm making a decision.
Okay.
This is it.
All right. Blockbuster.com. Blackbuster.com. This is my website. I may not be the most talented, but come on. This website domain is going to turn my life around. Hit me up for your needs. I love you, misconnections_PDX.
What the fuck?
That's, I would argue, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod.
Instagram account, misconnections_PDX, trying to get attention by posting a misconnection. Also, I would like to clarify, Blockbuster.com is spelled BLACH.
Yeah.
Buster.com. I don't know what that means.
Should we go to it?
No. I would rather not on my Wi-Fi connection.
Well, listeners, this is a choose your own adventure.
Yep. You can stay ignorant.
Yep.
Or you could know the terrible truth. Or the wonderful truth. But it's up to you.
Go ahead and select your choice in the next 5 seconds. Do nothing to just continue right past this website. Log into your computer and type in blackbuster.com. That's with a CH, I guess.
Yes.
To see where that road goes. 5 seconds.
I am concerned that it is a dirty website.
I am also concerned that it's a dirty website.
We'll say that we're mildly concerned.
I'm going to say we're not recommending that you go to the website.
We'll say this isn't free advertisement for them, but it is kind of.
But it is kind of.
A little bit.
A little bit. Know who it is free advertising for? Misconnections_PDX.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod. Get to them on Misconnections. Rather, Instagram. They're Misconnections. They're already doing their part.
They're doing their part.
I misspoke. Is what it is. Here we go.
Yeah, this is my last one for you.
Oh, goody.
So just know that.
I know that. I loved you. That's the misconnection.
No, he was just saying that to me.
That too. I loved you. I loved you to pieces. The moon was shown, and still, I loved you. It was worth the last 3 years knowing you. Miss, kiss, love lost. And that's from Gone.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
I'm also thinking of stealing their sign off. Miss, kiss, love lost.
That's good. It's right up there
for like
with
my professional emails.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Up there with regards.
Right. Anytime you need to apply for a job or...
it will be replacing my current one, which is SWAC. Sealed with a kiss.
Is that what it is, really?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
I'm a professional woman.
But it'd be fun.
Come on, I work in the
professional and fun.
I work in the corporate world. We're not allowed to be fun.
Listen, my sign-off's just best.
Breast?
No. No, best. But now you're making
Breast.
me like afraid that I should double check my sign-off. Like, what if I accidentally...
I am here to be your intrusive thought.
God, every time I post anything, anywhere, I think 3 hours later, I'm going like, did I make a typo? Like... What if I didn't do that right? And I always
It's fun to be relaxed. It's fun to be a relaxed and chill person.
Oh.
It feels good.
Let me tell you everything I know about that. It just kind of happens naturally. You don't have to try.
No.
And life is generally better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like this one. I thought it was a little mysterious.
I like it too. It's definitely like
The Moonshone.
The Moonshone. It's got a little heart to it, you know.
It does.
Misconnections. There's such a wide variety of them. Yeah, we tend to pick the ones we think are going to be the funniest, but there's definitely like, you know, there's some feelings out there.
There's some feelings out there, which is what it's about.
Yeah.
And I think that we keep a pretty good
balanced diet. Misconnections.
Also, I like the phrase, I love you to pieces. I think that's just real cute.
Yeah.
That's a good phrase.
That's cute.
People don't use that enough.
I love you to the moon and back. I'm partial to it sometimes. You know. That's a cute lovey phrase.
What's your favorite love phrase?
What's your favorite way to tell someone you love them?
Here, everybody answer, and we'll listen. Ready?
Yeah.
What's your favorite love phrase? Go.
Aww.
That's so cute. Thank you for saying that to us.
You too.
We love you too.
We love you too.
Love you to pieces.
Love you to pieces.
Oh, I thought you were going to say yours.
Oh, I love you to the moon and back.
There you go.
If that's not enough for you, also, you'll be pieces when I'm done loving you.
Oh my God.
Well, that's what it means, right? That's what we're saying. I don't know why you're so mad at me.
We've got one more misconnection for you, but before that, thanks so much for joining us on another episode of Crexistential Crisis. If you enjoyed yourself, consider leaving a rating and review in the Apple Podcast app, or tell a friend about the pod. Follow us on Instagram at Crexistential Crisis for more misconnections, behind-the-scenes content, and more. The theme song was performed by Talon Bigelow, Rose Sherman, and Elena Afanasiev. Check the show notes for more info.
Sarah, here's one last misconnection for you to take us home with.
Hottie alert. I always see you walking, and you always look so cute. JK, I'm writing this about myself because someone should be making a cute post like this about me.
I'm Talon Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
This has been
Crexistential Crisis.
Someone should be writing
Did we
that.
both almost just say misconnections on accident?
No. Nope, just you.
I almost did, and I saw a little fear in your eyes. But maybe it's just because you're always a little afraid of me.
I'm a little afraid in general.
Yeah.